news today is that we are launching our new flagship model, and we are calling it GPT-4o. The special thing about GPT-4o is that it brings GPT-4 level intelligence to everyone, including our free users.
It's been a few days since OpenAI has released the latest and most incredible and powerful model, ChatGPT 4o, and make it available for everyone, including the free tiers. In this video, we are going through the most important features and how we can get the most use out of it, and if it is actually available for everyone. If you look at your ChatGPT and you see that you don't still have access to it, make sure to watch until the end of the video, which I will go and tell you how you can actually use GPT-4o for free and make the most out of it. So we have a lot to get into. Let's get started. Welcome everyone to your channel AI Fun Fact for All. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Pedram Agan. I'm a PhD student in computer science with extensive knowledge in AI and machine learning and teaching. In this channel, we try to simplify the very complex AI and machine learning concepts, and we try to talk about the latest model and how we can use it in our everyday life. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first and foremost is about GPT-4o. The O stands for Multimodal, which means that it's available for everyone. And the most important features of this is multimodal capability, which includes both text, audio, video, and images. And it also have provided information and responses a lot faster, like 2x faster compared to the 4 Plus model, and it also created a personalization which can be utilized for different person differently, and it also has a tone that can respond to different emotions. If you have watched our previous video, these the features that we talked about sounds kind of familiar, because these were things that we talk about what we expect from GPT-5 or the latest model of the GPT will look like. It kind of reminds us from the movie Her, which was released a long time ago, that kind of introduced the concept of AI girlfriend. But we see that we can actually expect this AI model to be reached to this level of conversation and more natural, so we can feel somewhat connected and we can get assisted information from it. In GPT-4o, thanks to its multimodal capability, it has access to real-time vision for image and video processing, to audio with its in-house Whisper about OpenAI, and to the browsing feature to overcome its knowledge cutoff and get the latest information from the internet, access to the memory to do more personalization, and also GPTs for the variety of different tasks that are developed by the OpenAI playground. Now let's take a look at more of the features of GPT-4o. The first is available through the UI and also API, and they also mentioned the desktop version, so 3 different ways that you can interact with it. It is 2 times faster compared to the latest GPT Plus, which is actually only available for the Plus users. It is 50% cheaper, and it is 5 times higher rate limits compared to GPT-4 Turbo, so the limits is also less, and then it's available to all of the users for free, but I'm gonna put a parenthesis in here, so it is available to everyone but very limited, so we'll go over that in this video and we try to see that how we can overcome it. And the latency is actually a real game changer in here, so they provide due to their very fast responses, the latency is very low, so that's why it can be used in a more natural and conversational way, and it is also very developed in different languages, so around like 50 different languages, and it can work seamlessly on converting the conversation from one language into another language, same as what real-time translator can do. OpenAI also shared their continuous work to improve their safety and also improving their knowledge distillation from the video, since as of right now it's not very complete. And they also provide the evaluation matrix, which like outperform all of the existing model. I'm not going to go through all of the details. I will put the link in the description, which I go over the exact matrix of each of them, but we can take a very quick look at some of the important features and see that together. So as we can see in here, the GPT-4o is compared with its rival GPT-4 Turbo, which is only available for the paid user, and also all of the other state-of-the-art model, like for example Cloudy 3, Gemini Pro by Google, and then Gemini Ultra, and then Llama 3 400 billion parameters. So as we can see, like the metric for MMLU, it provided the best result. In terms of the math, it outperforms with a large margin. For the human evaluation, since it is providing some sort of like a tone and also the way to talk, it also provide better response in human evaluation matrix and a lot of others. So this is actually showing that this brand new model is incredibly powerful, and it is one step closer to the whole AGI. These developments are really important since there's a rumors on potential deal between Apple and OpenAI on the new release of iPhone. So we might see that the Siri might be powered by OpenAI in the new release. They also very much emphasize on the fact that the intelligence of AI models is not only on their reasoning capability anymore, so it's more about how they can understand the context and the tone emotionally. So now let's take a closer look to compare the free version and the paid version of OpenAI. As we can see, the GPT free version before didn't have access to the internet, so there was a knowledge cut off, and if you ask information about something that wasn't in the information basis or the database, it would hallucinate and try to answer with something that didn't never exist. But right now we have access to the GPT-4o in the free version, and obviously it was also available before in the pro version. So the second thing is about a file and document upload. In here they mentioned that GPT-4o is available, but I'm going to say that it is very limited, and for my case I wasn't able to upload to the basically GPT-4o. As you can see in here, I'm trying to actually upload, for example, a document, but it seems like it is not working. But definitely if you have the pro version or the plus version of the ChatGPT, you definitely have access to that. This might come later in future, but as of right now, here, me in Canada, I don't have access to that. The third thing is about analyzing data and creating chart. Again, in here, it is saying yes, but as of right now, I'm again not available to do that. Access to Custom GPT. So this is another thing. They mentioned that they are going to do this, but again, as of right now, it is not available. If you take a look at here, as I'm going through the Custom GPTs, it's actually mentioned that you can basically access it. So in order to do that, we are going to type ChatGPT Custom GPT, and then I'm going to choose this one in here. So first of all, it's asking to sign up to chat, and then it says that require ChatGPT Plus. And then when I go to the left-hand side for the Explore GPTs, it says that it will become available for all the free users in a few weeks. So stay tuned. So we need to see that when that is going to happen. So getting back to here, creating a custom GPT in here, it says that it is not available, but it says that you can still use it. So it is obviously not available. Exploring the GPT store. So some people put their stuff there, and you need to pay for it. So it is available. And then the other important thing is memory. So the memory is available. And this is very game-changing. We will go dive into how we can get the most out of this feature. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the 4.0 version. It is also available in the 3.5 version. So I will tell you about very important tips that you can use in order to maximize this memory feature to make it very personalized to yourself. So make sure to watch until the end of the video. And obviously it is also available for the Pro version. So the message limit is a very crazy thing in here. It says that 10 queries, however for me it is only 5, and then it is reset every 5 hours, but for me it's every 6 hours, and then I'm not sure if they're gonna increase the limits or whatever, but this is something that happens as of right now. But however, if you have the Plus version, you will have access to GPT-4o 5 times more. So if we consider this 10, it's going to be 15 queries of GPT-4o. And then voice generation, we don't have access to it on the free. This is an old voice mode. However, for me, it is not working, even though that there is a bottom that says that it can read the message for you. However, when I click on it, actually nothing happened. And then a natural voice conversation is going to happen for the Pro version, and then accessing to other frontier model, obviously like GPT-4 Plus or whatever coming, the Turbo or whatever coming after that, we as a free user, you won't have access to it. Let's deep dive to the top 10 important features of GPT-4o. So the first thing is need to go to the multimodal capability that this model has. It is very incredible in terms of understanding the audio and vision and pictures. It can understand the different handwriting, and it can also generate text inside the picture. So that was previously a very huge problem and the bottleneck of the models, that they generate some image, but what text, if you want to write it, it wasn't always perfect. But right now it can actually create different fonts, and then it can read the image, read the text from the image, and also reproduce it. And it can create characters and remember the characters, and continuously create different tasks or features for that character. So that is going to be very helpful in terms of, like, for example, cartoon characters. The second feature has to go to its speed. So as we said, that GPT-4o is incredibly fast, twice faster compared to the previous model. So it can provide responses seamlessly and without any hesitation, and create a natural conversation. So for that, it can be very useful in terms of different assistants, for example, tutoring. And I'm going to show you two of the demonstration that they did tutoring for a problem in math and also a problem in coding.
So, ChatGPT, what equation did I write down there?
Ah, I see it now. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4.
Yep, exactly. So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that +1?
Okay, I'm gonna try to subtract 1 from both sides and then I'll see what I get.
Great idea. Perfect. Now, what do you get when you subtract 1 from both sides?
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
Spot on. Now you've isolated the term with x on one side, and it looks like 3x equal 3. What do you think we should do next to solve for x?
I'm not sure. Can you give me another hint?
Of course. You have 3x, and you want to find the value of x. Think about what operation would undo multiplication.
Is it subtraction?
Close, but think of the opposite of multiplication, because 3x means 3 times x.
Okay, I think it's division. Let me try to divide both sides by 3 and let me see what I get.
Bingo! Go ahead and divide both sides by 3.
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
It looks perfect.
Okay, and to give a bit of background on what's going on, so here we have a computer, and on the screen we have some code, and then the ChatGPT voice app is on the right. So ChatGPT will be able to hear me, but it can't see anything on the screen. So I'm going to highlight the code, Command C it, and then that will send it to ChatGPT, and then I'm going to talk about the code to ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I was wondering if you could help me with a coding problem today.
Of course, I'd love to help you out. What's the coding problem you're dealing with?
Okay, I'm going to share with you some code. 1 second.
Sure thing, take your time.
Okay, so I just shared some code with you. Could you give me a really brief 1-sentence description of what's going on in the code?
This code fetches daily weather data for a specific location and time period, smooths the temperature data using a rolling average, annotates a significant weather event on the resulting plot, and then displays the plot with the average, minimum, and maximum temperatures over the year.
The third important feature has to go to the understanding of the tone and context of the conversation. So it can provide and show you the level of sympathy or flirtatious or even sarcasm in the response. It definitely blew my mind. Let's take a look at this video together.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Rocky. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
Well, it's for a software engineering role, but I just need to know, do I look presentable, professional?
Well, Rocky, you definitely have the I've been coding all night look down, which could actually work in your favor. Maybe just run a hand through your hair or lean into the mad genius vibe. Your enthusiasm is what's really going to shine through.
I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to throw this on. What do you think?
Oh, Rocky, that's quite a statement piece. I mean, you'll definitely stand out. Though maybe not in the way you're hoping for an interview.
Okay, I got it.
The fourth important feature is one of its incredible use cases, which is for real-time translation. Since it was developed and trained on 50 different languages, it can actually pretty much seamlessly used as a real-time translator. The fifth important feature has to go to its ability of the memory. So this memory capability, as we mentioned, is not just for GPT-4o, it's for all of the free users, regardless of the model that you have. It's also work for 2.5, but it is very important since it can be considered as a personalization way that you can contact with your ChatGPT and it can remember things. For example, you can say that I have 2 pets and later on you can ask more information about that pet. What are the most important use cases of this capability. So let's take a look at that together. First, you want to make sure that it is available. So by default, it is turned on, but you can definitely come and check it in here. So you're gonna click on your profile and then go to the setting, and then under personalization you see this memory toggle that's it should be on by default, and then you also have a custom instruction. So if you haven't know about this custom instruction, I have created a video before on what is this custom instruction and how we can use it in order to create a preset for your ChatGPT, so it knows something about you, the way that you want it to talk about, in order to avoid like generic responses. I will put a link for that video on the end of this video as well. You can see the memory here, and then you can click on manage, so you will able to see what are the different instance of this basically memory that it is available and is going to use as an additional source of knowledge when trying to respond to your question. So how you can actually use that, it is basically when you're talking about something about yourself, it can automatically try to save it, or you can explicitly mention that. So one example is that I can say that I'm a PhD student studying computer science and I'm interested in AI and machine learning, and I can just submit, and then as you can see in here, I have noted that it is the memory updated, and then I can manage memory, and I can see that yes, it actually come up in here. So next time, if I'm actually in another event tab, I can go and search that suggest some interesting topic for me to read, and then if you look at it, all of the suggestion that is giving to me is basically related to AI. And why is that? Because it's know that I'm interested in AI and machine learning concepts. So this is the first important thing and hack that you can use in order to make it more personalized to yourself. But something that I really find to be really helpful is actually using the shortcuts. So for example, there are a lot of situations that you have a repetitive prompt, and you know how important is for example some specific prompt, and you know that you cannot just write something and then ask it to for example generate a good response. You need to be very careful in terms of what you are asking, but then it's going to be like kind of repetitive, that each time you need to make sure that your prompt is very good. So that's why you can create some shortcuts and store them inside your memory. So for that we can go to the Opus Pro website, and then I can basically search here for prompt, and then for example, let's say you want to look at the prompt in here. It might say that you're restricted, so you just need to create a free account, and then when you're logged in, then you can basically come back here, and basically you would be able to see the prompts basically in here. After we copy this prompt from here, I'm going to come back to my ChatGPT in here, and I write something like this. So whenever I write power prompt with this special character in chat, use it as a shortcut to include the following prompt delimited by $3, and then I will add a context delimited by 3 sharp after that, basically for the context. Push it to the memory. You can also directly ask it. And then you're gonna say that here is an example, the power prompt, and then context, and it will basically understand it. And then I'm gonna basically put the one that we just copy in here, and then I'm gonna send it to it. So then what will happen is that it will update the memory. I'm gonna come in here, and then you see that the GPT-4 limit again reached. So I'm gonna use the prompt, the power prompt shortcut, and I'm gonna write this, and then I'm gonna put my context inside this. I'm gonna say, for example, I want to, for example, create a video about, for example, features of GPT-4o, and then let's see what we can get. So it's gonna provide me a revised prompt. It provides me some suggestion, and it asks me some question. So instead of writing the whole thing, I can just create that shortcut. The next feature is about having access to the internet to be able to retrieve information online and don't have the limitation about the knowledge cutoff. Previously, it was only available inside the Copilot that you have access also to the internet, but right now you also have it from the ChatGPT. So it is pretty amazing. In number 7, we have the uploading capability. As I said, in the GPT free version, I'm unable to do that. So even though that I'm uploading, it says that we don't have access to it. Maybe in future they're gonna make it better, because all of its features are coming in the rolling basis, and if you don't even have access to it, that's totally fine. You just need to wait. But then, as of right now, I don't have access to basically uploading, but this is an incredible feature, because you can upload a file and then basically contact you. So kind of using the RAG, or retrieval augment generation, in order to, for example, talk to the PDF or other material that you're interested, rather than, for example, only the knowledge that it has. In number 8, we have access to the custom GPTs. So the custom GPTs is where people try to come up with an interesting prompt that will serve as a system prompt, and that you cannot create it, but you can have access to it, so you can use it. But as I told you before, we don't still have access to it. They said that it's going to become available in a few upcoming weeks, so we will see how it goes. In number 9, we have the photo editing tool. It is incredibly powerful in terms of editing the photo, and also, for example, like adding text, overlay text into it, or changing the features inside the image, or even like retrieve information from it. Right now, again, since we cannot upload the file, we don't have access to it in the free version, but this might be going to be solved. I will also mention how you can use it even right now in the free version, so make sure to stick by the end of the video, which I will talk about how we can use this GPT-4o for free even at this moment. And in number 10, we have direct access to the Google Drive and OneDrive for Microsoft, and be able to work with the Excel files, or Google Slide, or a PowerPoint presentation. So previously these things were available, not inside the OpenAI, but inside the, for example, the platform themselves. For example, Gemini will give you access, for example, to their YouTube stream, to their the Drive and everything by using the @ sign, and you can access to that. And then for Microsoft, if you are using the Copilot Pro, you can basically access to editing your Excel file, get information from your Excel file, generating a presentation. I've also created a whole video from that. I put a link in the description of the video if you want to watch that later. But right now we see that they are going to have it inside the OpenAI itself. Let's take a look at the article together. So as you can see, they are providing this data analysis inside the ChatGPT. It is pretty much similar to what we had before in the Copilot Pro, but they want to have it in more interesting graphics inside the basically ChatGPT itself, and it make you have a direct access to your basically Google Drive, and then analyze your data, get information from it. And this one, like in the left hand side, is very similar to what we had before with the basically Copilot Pro. So yeah, this is again an interesting integration, but this is coming in future, so we'll see how it goes. As promised in the beginning of the video, now I'm going to talk about how we can access this GPT-4o for free, and kind of like overcome its limitation, since the limitations are a lot, and we just want to see that how we can get access to it as of right now, if you don't want to wait. So there are a few places that provide access to this high-tech model, usually for the developer purposes. So it is not production ready, so this means that you cannot definitely rely on them in terms of like the solution that you can go for, but definitely this is something that you can play around for now, and then make until this become fully available on all of the features get available. So the one that we have right now is basically the Hugging Face. Hugging Face is a frontier in terms of the whole large language models and the open models with the help of the libraries in Transformer. So they also have a basically cloud version that they provide spaces for these models to basically run serverless, and some of them are actually also have server, but this provide the opportunity for others to actually interact with this model, that some of them are fine-tuned for a specific task or whatnot. So in order to access, you need to go to the huggingface.co/spaces, and then you can search that you want to GPT-4o. So here, for example, you see this one, and then it is running. You can basically click on it, and this one is for basically integrated with Streamlit. This is nice. You can basically choose the image, and then it will ask you, for example, to choose an image. I'm gonna choose, for example, this one, and then it will try to work on it, and then it will provide some of the information about it. So it says that it's an image, two-sided, curly hair, and so on. And then there's also other models. So the ones that are running are basically the one that you can use. The one that are error are basically not available. So we have also this model. And lastly, I want to talk about the OpenAI new opening position for the robotics teams. This actually shows that they are switching gear and going full force on autonomous task and actually doing something physically. If you want to get more information about what is the best practices to work with ChatGPT, make sure to watch this video, or also you can watch the other video that I created that talk about what we can expect to see from GPT-5. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel to get more information about when the new video come out, and then let me know in the comment which of these features was available for you for free, because everyone is different, and what thing do you want me to talk about in the future video. Thank you, and see you until the next one.